Hi, this is Rob Estelle. I get asked all the time when people call me, what is your passing rate? I mean, a lot of the people out there don't know anything about getting their contractor's license when they make the phone call to my school or somebody else's school. And if you talk to some of these other people, they say, oh, my passing rate's 99% or 98% or 98.5%, and that's what they guarantee on their website and have all this other stuff. And you know, that's kind of great. So I think that now when people start asking me that, I'm just going to go with the D, which is usually the right answer when it comes to none of the above, because the facts are the facts. And it amazes me that, you know, going over the last 10 years or so, you can see the scores, you can request a public record for all the pass rate, and it's about 50%. And the state, you would think this is the case. If the state of Florida was going to contract with a testing company, do you think they would put in the contract to have 98% of the people pass? 50%? 20%? 80%? It's mostly around 50%. So if you look at all the numbers for all the tests, you know, last year in 2018, there was about almost 12,000 exams given in Florida. So I don't know the exact number, around 11,000, 12,000 people. So that took an exam. So some people took it, 2 exams, some took 3 exams, some took the exams several times. But the pass rate's about 50%. That's the facts. So if somebody can say it's 99% pass rate, everybody, if that was true, everybody would go to that school. The problem that I get is that, when people call me, they usually have already taken the exam and they said, I went to this school that's been around for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and I failed the exam. And you know what when I asked them, I said simple questions, like how many breaks did you take? Do you have the right editions of the book? How many times did you go through the questions from 1 to 85 or 65 or 125? How many times did you go through the exam? And they all give me these crazy numbers, and how did you actually go to a school? They didn't give you some of the basic education of test taking on how to approach the exam. It just baffles my mind. So no wonder why you don't pass. So how can those schools that claim 99% don't even tell you when to take a break? They don't tell you when to take a break. They don't give you any statistics. They don't give you any real knowledge on how to pass this exam. It just baffles me. And some of these people charge $1,000, some are $300, some are $500, whatever it might be. They want to get you to come to a classroom, or whatever their method that has worked for them in the past, they get them their 90%. Obviously it's not working, or it never worked before, but it's always funny. So I like to stick with the none of the above. And if you remember some of the things, it's kind of like the Brewster's Millions movie from years ago, you know what I mean? Where he wanted to win all that money, and he couldn't make any money. He had to spend all the money in so many days, and so he was running for governor or something like that, or mayor, and then he didn't want to run. I don't want to ramble on here, but then he chose none of the above, because that's actually the real numbers, none of the above. It's about 50%. So you have a 50% chance of passing the exam. So you walk in here and you flip a coin, no matter if you went to school, who your instructor was, or this thing, you get a coin flip. I think I'm going to give you a better 50% chance, because I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to tell you the real deal. The questions in my practice exams, the questions in any practice exam that you see out there, if they are on your test, it is merely by coincidence. Because I'm guaranteeing you this, none of my questions will be on your test. Just being honest with you, because I'm an honest guy. So if you think about this, and if you want to get your contractor's license, get some real advice. If someone's going to promise you the world, like the new big hit thing now is, oh, I'm going to go buy some highlighted and tab books. That's great. They go on Amazon, they buy some books for $5 that are highlighted and look used, and they sell them to you for $100. They make a big profit on it. It's great. Does that actually increase your chances of passing? No. If you take books that are highlighted by somebody else and you take the exam, you actually have a 4-time higher rate of failing the exam. You know why? Because you don't know what's in the books. They could be painted green. How are you going to find the page? If you can't find the page in the book, how are you going to answer the question? It could be highlighted, it could be tabbed, it could be painted pink, it could be circled with 5 X's on it. If you can't find that page in the book, you're never going to get your license because you're never going to pass the test. So it just baffles me that people fall to this trap, and that's why I create some of these videos to give you the real deal. The real deal is this, is that the answer is none of the above. It's about 50%. Some exams on a monthly basis get higher. There might be 3 people that take a pollutant storage this month and 2 out of the 3 pass. So it's 66% pass, 33% fail. You know, there might be 2 people that might take glass and glazing. Both of them failed, so it's 0. Or you go take a specialty structure. There's 1 person that takes the exam and they pass. They get 100% pass rate for the month. But when you look for the whole year, it's like 50% plus or minus 5%, let's say. You know, on a real deal, you took a nice sample size, that's where it is. So it just baffles me. I'm on the phone and trying to explain to everybody that, you know, I don't have the questions on the test. If you're calling me from California and you think that the exam in California is the same as it is in Florida, as of today, that's not the way it is. And the reason is, in Florida, it's a different type of people in Florida. You know, it's a different state, different mixture and cultures of people, so it's different than what it would be in some other states. So the state of Florida has to regulate its contractors different than what it is in California, or New Jersey, or Georgia, or North Carolina, or Texas. So I get the phone call all the time, hey, you know, in Texas, they don't do it this way. That's great. So you stay in Texas and we're going to be in Florida, but if you want to be a Florida contractor, you must do it this way. And if you don't get licensed, and I have to listen to you blah, blah, blah on the phone all over this and that. When you finally calm down, you give me the money and I'll get you to pass the test. But you have to listen to your instructors. So, some of the big things is the passing rate. So I want to do the topic on this. The passing rate is not what they say it is. If someone's you pick up the phone, you call somebody, and they openly give you a lie. The lie, 98% pass rate, 98.5, 99, 90% pass rate. If someone tells you that in an open lie, how can you trust anything else they're going to give to you? Buy from someone, if they answer the phone and say, what is the pass rate? 50%. That's the person you should buy from, because that's the truth. Now, the pass rate's 50%. Can a school get you to 60% by saying, yeah, they really kept track? Yeah, they could get you a little bit higher on all their students. But think about this. Out of every 100 people that sign up for a contractor's exam, only 40 of those 100, so 4 out of 10, actually take an exam. Not both, just one. 40% take one of the exams. 60% never take the exam because they get, I don't have the experience, I'm scared, I ran out of time, I got a job working for them, I'm making so much money unlicensed, why should I get licensed? All the books changed, oh I forgot, I lost my books, whatever the case is. 6 out of 10 of you will never take the exam once. Of the 40%, the 4 out of 10 that actually take the exam, 2 out of those 4 actually will pass both exams. 2 out of the other 2 out of those 4 will take an exam and fail, or take 2 exams and fail. So only about 20% actually are ready to submit their application. So when you submit your application, you want to make sure that of those 20%, only about 10 to 15% of them actually get a license, because they fill the application out wrong because they don't get professional help. Even though there's very cheap help. You know, I have a video on my website that tells you for 50 bucks how to do it yourself. It's very simple. I can do an application in about an hour, maybe 30 minutes if it is a lower license that doesn't require jobs, like a GC, BC, and some roofing. They're a little bit hard to do. Take me an hour, hour and 15 minutes. It's not that hard to do. The other one's 30 minutes, I'm done. I can plug and play, do your application for you. It's not that hard. You can do it yourself. So when you do this, they actually get this. So they get caught up, those 5 to 10% of the people get held up because they don't have the experience, they don't know how to do the application, they do it wrong, they forget to do it, or they run out of time. You know, I've had people come to me and say, Rob, I passed my second exam. Okay, when did you pass your first exam? 4 years and a month ago. Gotta take the other test again. Oh man, I waited too long. Sorry man, nothing I can do for you. You got 4 years in between the test to submit your application. So the test scores are good for 4 years. So that's some of the facts for you. So when people sign up and you talk to that salesperson on the phone, make sure you get the truth from them. Make sure you have the experience. Don't just try to be a GC like everybody else. You know, if you haven't built 4 stories or higher, you're not going to be a GC. So why waste your time with a harder exam? These guys are just trying to give you whatever they want. I understand the sales pitch. Hey, if they're going to call me up and give me $3,000 or $4,000 or $2,000 for all the books, let me just sit here and take the money. But how can you go to sleep at night knowing that the person called you for milk and you sold them wine? That's not what they need. You know what I mean? So it's just a funny thing. So I just want to let everybody know about about this and use this as a setting point for, you know, are they really lying to you? Are they telling you the truth? Because the truth is the truth. You can see some of the stuff on my website. You scroll around here, so you go to the exampros.com. You'll be able to see everything there. But if you want to get your license, you give me a call. I'll give you a little bit of free advice. A lot of this stuff is on the internet here that I give in my videos. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Watch the videos that I put out as often as I can. I give you a lot of free advice. I love to help everybody out. So if you want to get your license, you want to get the truth given to you, vote none of the above, give me a call. Thank you.